It is freezing cold outside, and my world here is covered in snow. So it seemed like the perfect opportunity to head to the warmth of Santorini. So my goal at this point in time is to finally try to get some brats into the building. So with a bit of limited research, I have found out that first of all, you actually, in order, like even in Gothenburg, in order to get to the 4 and 5 stars, you have to unlock things in further levels and then go back to those hotels and make changes in order to bring them up to speed. So, like, we need a spa in order to get to 5 stars. We haven't unlocked the spa yet. That happens, from my understanding, in Paris, which I think is the next level up. So it would actually be impossible at this point in time for me to get a 5 star in any of my hotels because I don't have the spa. We apparently just had a staff character reach their max level though, which is great. Um, okay, so doing a bit of research then also on, I will figure out where I'm going, on our guests and our brats, there are certain requirements that we need for the hotel. It looks like we finally actually have two. So we have done what I was aiming to do. But just to explain what happened is I looked at things and not only these requirements, but I noticed that some of the people who I watched, they actually had additional information here that I don't have. I don't know if this was because it was an earlier version and that feature has been removed, or if something is somehow missing from my game, or if I'm potentially in the wrong spot to look at this information. But there was two things that were mentioned that they needed. They needed to have an ensuite bathroom and they needed to have a window to the exterior. And obviously the other things here, the minimum room size of 15 and a room value of over 21,500. So what I did was made sure that these rooms all had windows, which they already did. I added windows to the ones up here as well. They all have ensuite bathrooms. Now these inner rooms I will not be able to put windows on, but I think that's going to be okay. I'm not too worried about that. Um, we have enough to at least attract them now, which is part of the goal. And the room all has, the ensuite bathrooms. They're size 18s, so they're very large, and everything's pretty much upgraded to the fullest capability that I have at this time. Even these smaller rooms actually qualify just barely, but they do. They are the 15, they have the value over 21,000, and well, these don't have exterior windows yet, but you get the idea. We do have those options. So we can go ahead and slap some windows on these rooms here. Not exactly the greatest layout, but we're working with it. It's gonna have to happen with time. I'm gonna call someone. I probably should not have done that when there's actually people in the room, but the other thing that I'm looking for as well is to get the 20 and 30 occupied rooms. At this point in time, we only have 12 rooms. So I don't know how we're going to fit that many rooms of this size in. It's kind of a pretty large amount. And I think about the only way I could manage that is if I expand outward as well. And I think that my places do that, as you can see, kind of limited. And I could probably get another room in on each end here. But right now I don't have the money to do that. I'm also thinking of, I don't want to pause. Actually, kind of want to fast forward. I'm also thinking of converting this into just a utility area and having everything focused here. Although, possibly for efficiency's sake, I kind of might want to move that into more like this area, where it's sort of in the center of the hotel. At the back, obviously, but centralized to some degree, which would mean removing these rooms and probably bringing them downstairs. It's going to definitely be a lot of big changes in order to make that happen. We're also having some supply issues. So I kind of need to get more of these supply stands or upgrade them if that becomes an option. We're going to have to see. Okay, we had our golf simulator used 10 times. I did notice somebody was actually finally using that. Not right now, of course, when I want to show it, but okay, so if we have Brats actually in the hotel right now, we should be getting a review very soon, and we also have our critic arriving, so definitely looking up for us. The only other things would be to get a review of at least 80% from a Brat and 30 upgrades, and then the 5-star and the value ones. Those ones I think are obviously going to be much longer term accomplishments. I want
Hooray!
to. There we
You
go.
have completed the main objectives in this scenario. Hats off to you. You can now choose to stay and further improve your hotel, potentially unlocking more rewards, or set off to tackle new challenges elsewhere.
Okay, I think for now we're going to stick around here, and I love that we have fireworks, and try to accomplish some things. As I was just about to say, I want to build up a bit of money here so that I can add more rooms through here and make some of those changes. It would be great actually to just kind of hang out and wait for that million in cash and then make some major upgrades. Don't I mean, we're already at 23, although a million would take quite a long time. I'm curious to see what we get from this critic visiting too. Okay, so we managed to get 6 more upgrade points. As I've said, I didn't expect to get anything higher than the 4 stars, but I do think it would be a good idea for us to start expanding on some of these things. And probably, let's see, what is more important? I kind of would like to get the elevator in there, which I think we'll have to wait, obviously, because that's 3. I think maybe it might. I don't know if I want to open more loans. I don't think that's necessary. Maybe we'll just improve our candidate screening at this point in time. All right, we managed to reach a Brat score of 80%. So we got another reward and another 4 stars from a critic. Considering we have things under construction at the moment, I think that's pretty impressive. I'm just kind of creating another laundry and maintenance room up here. I just made it one room. Wasn't bothering too much with a lot of variety right now with this. And I'm now just kind of going in and creating a couple of rooms up here that I hope will be kind of up to their standards. I some of these rooms obviously will not have outdoor or out exterior windows. I don't know if having now that I think about it, it says that it has to have an exterior window, but I don't know if that means that it has to be in this room, or is it being in the ensuite bathroom going to count? It would be interesting to know. Oh, we've already got people moving into these rooms and they're not even completed yet. Right now we have, looks like a couple of backpackers moving into them. They moved in, I think, before I actually finished the bathrooms. So that probably has a bit to do with it. But at this point in time, we have a majority of Brats in here. So I think that's pretty good. And it looks like the critic has been booked. They'll be here coming up very shortly. So I think if she could, she'd probably give us 5 stars. I think we're doing very well at this point in time. And I think everything is upgraded as far as I can go at the moment. Obviously, I want to make some changes as we go, but I think we're doing pretty well here. And I think in the next episode, we're definitely going to move on to the next area and kind of get a feel for what is coming up. But before we head to the next area, I would like to at least get these rooms proper walls and floors. I think the only thing we have left that we could really achieve here right now without completely revamping the hotel. Okay, yeah, we are seeing this unlocks Paris, by the way. Is to research 30 upgrades. Maybe if I just sat here and let it run, I could get to the million in cash. But the 20 rooms, I'm at 16 right now. I could, like I said, maybe just do the thing where I add on the sides here. And I could carry that all the way upstairs. It does mean... Yeah, I'd have to wipe that out. Let's see if it'll be enough to just bring it up here. I would have to, I think, extend that out as well. We're totally changing the structure of this building, but I think, in my opinion, that's probably going to be for the best. I'm not going to do it on that side just yet. I did not mean to do that either. All right, 6 upgrade points. Again, we'll take a look at what we're going to do with that in a moment. But I just want to... Oh, the only downside is I'm going to lose exterior windows on some of these. Yeah, we'll have to wait for that foundation to come in. So I'm hoping that the bathrooms count in those cases. And we're going to need to get windows in here and here because we will be removing those at some point. And I think I'm just going to kind of copy some things from the others. I could probably just move these over into here. It's not going to be the most beautiful hotel for a bit until I get everything sorted out, but we'll make it work for now. Okay, we're unlocking the elevators, which will hopefully help us later on in creating a more efficiently laid out place. But for now, that should do. I'm also going to upgrade... There we go, we got our 30 upgrades. So we have the Greek pillar, and now we're going to have the luxury bath. We've got stove upgrades, fridge upgrades. We can get all of this just fully upgraded at this point. And yeah, I think, let's see, we pretty much have everything upgraded that we need to. So let's just increase our credit limit a couple of times just to make that extra fun. But I think, let's see, so it's just the 20 or 30 occupied and the million cash. I just don't think it's possible for us to get to the 5 stars here. Like I said, need to get to Paris. I think it would take quite a while before we're going to manage to get the million. We have a critic at the hotel right now, which is pretty much going to, I think after this, get us to the point we'll have unlocked pretty much every option available to us. Okay, these rooms, I think pretty much everything is like reaching the point that it's upgraded as much as it can be. So I mean, we can upgrade that. We can, I mean, with all the extra rooms, we're probably going to need to upgrade this stuff. Let's see, we can upgrade the staff room a bit. I do wish we had upgrades for the supply stand. I feel like that's a missed opportunity there. We just were able to upgrade this area a bit. Everything's upgraded there. This room is all upgraded. Let's see if we can check out here. The bar could probably use another staff member. Let's see. Bartender, you are level 8, but you're an introvert. Oh, yeah. I mean, a bit of a techno dinosaur, but I think you're going to serve us well here. Try to relieve these lines a bit. Okay, and let's see. Upgrades here and here. What are we even upgrading in there? Bathroom. Oh, yep. Nice shower. So basically everything is actually finally kind of going our way. We're figuring it out. It turns out occasionally doing a little research pays off. I mean, go figure, right? I think, like I said, next time we visit Santorini will be to make some major structural changes. Right now I'm just kind of piecing it together. Even with what I did though, I've only managed to get us up to 18 rooms. it would be 19 with this. I could probably take out this stuff over here and get us up to 20 maybe? Maybe 21, depending on how far I go. But I think to get that many guests in, I either have to... I could, I guess, create a little block of very small rooms just to get the rooms together for that. Um, that's a possibility as well, but either way, we're really messing with the structure of the building, but I think that'll be okay, you know, just to get the accomplishments in. Okay, so in order to get the million, I'm just going to let this run and do its thing day after day until we hit the million. And then next time we will move on to Paris and explore that a bit more. I think for now, this is the best I can do with this area. We're definitely going to need to do some major structural changes. Probably build some smaller rooms that are not necessarily attracting brats in order to get to that 20 and 30 level, because right now, even with everything that I added, we're only at 18. So I think it's going to just take some time. We'll have to come back to it. We'll have to not bulldoze like I did in the episode. We'll just try not to talk about too much beyond this point, but I think just kind of removing sections at a time and rebuilding them until we have something that has a lot more space. Yeah, I think I'm feeling a lot better about things. The researching definitely helped, definitely paid off. So yeah, I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling good. We can do this next time we visit Paris. Thank you. Okay, so just popping this in here. We haven't quite reached the million yet, but in my attempt to get there faster, I started creating a bunch of little rooms in odd spots. And because of that, we've now reached the 20 occupied bedrooms at the same time. So what you can see here is I have created like a row of tiny rooms for backpackers along the back here. And then I'm doing 3 more here. That should put us at over 30 available rooms when that happens. So hopefully with that, we'll actually be able to get all of the achievable goals here. And there was 4 more I tucked into here by moving the wave machines. So maybe we can actually get the 30 before we reach the million. And there we did it, 30 occupied bedrooms at the same time. I was just about to expand the area that was considered reception so that I could put in another reception desk because they're having trouble keeping up because of all of the rooms that I have now. It's getting kind of crazy. I've put extra rooms just tucked in over here, and it's definitely a struggle for them at this point to keep up. So I thought that it would make sense to just toss another reception area over here and then hire another receptionist. Our expenses are pretty high, I'll be honest, but I think that it's going to kind of work out for us because we're more than halfway there to that final thing we need other than the 5-star, which again, as far as I understand, we need to get to Paris before I would be able to get that anyway. Alright, we're inching up to that million. We're almost there. I would not say it's the most efficiently run of hotels at this point, but we're getting there somewhat. We actually have 4 reception desks now because we were actually having guests leave because they weren't getting checked out quickly enough. I did some weird rearranging here to get another cash register in because we were getting backed up there. I have pretty much just upgraded everything as far as I possibly can in each of the rooms, and really it's at this point it's just going to be getting that 5-star. I have no idea where we would fit a spa in here when the time comes, but I'm kind of surprised that I haven't had to actually completely rebuild the hotel to get all those rooms in, so that's pretty cool. This bar service is still slow. I don't know what to do about that. At this point, I've pretty much hired every employee that I can. I have made as good of use of that bar room as I can as well. I don't know if I would be able to move these someplace else and they would still function as intended. I maybe I could move them up into the yeah, there's not even room up here. I don't know where to go with those. I don't know if they're functional outdoors. Yeah, it can't be placed out there. I yeah, we're basically just waiting it out for those last, couple dollars here. We have a critic at the hotel. At this point in time, we literally have everything upgraded as far as it can go. Let's see, it said 100,000 in cash. So here's a silly question. Oh, or 100. We never mind. We got it. We got the another 6 upgrade points, which we don't even need. We got the $1,000,000. We're gonna go ahead and pause and take a look. So we have unlocked everything except for the 5 hotel stars. I think I think that could count as a pretty successful day. I'm literally stumbling over my words because compared to Gothenburg, I can't believe how well Santorini has gone for us. It just kind of worked better, even when the hotels were not, the prettiest, and definitely had to mess around with things more than I thought I would like. Well, the aesthetics, mess around with the aesthetics more than I would have liked, but um, you know, it's the kind of thing that when we get into sandbox mode, we can kind of play around with it a little bit. I do love that I was able to accomplish this outside of sandbox and actually do it within the scenario, like story mode. Um, that makes me unreasonably happy when I'm able to do that. It feels sandbox mode sometimes feels like a cheat to me, and that's probably just a me thing. But yeah, okay, I can't believe that we can actually just move on with pretty much everything done that we could do for now, and we'll go next time. So this is the end for real this time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to paw that like button if you enjoyed curling up here today. And remember, stay cozy, stay kind, and stay curious.